A girl I met on a dating site rejected me because I'm a giant. Then a week later, she begged me for my help. I wasn't prepared for any of it. Not the rejection, not the message that came after, and definitely not the situation I found myself in that night. I'm 6'7", sure, but I never had to pass a giant exam or anything. Yet there I was, climbing up 3 flights of narrow apartment stairs, ducking under every doorway, trying not to knock over hanging plants that I had already banged my head on 3 times. She had texted me out of nowhere. "Please, I need help. You're the only one tall enough." I didn't feel much like being her savior, but I had a hard time not helping people, and she sounded frantic, so I went. Sadie opened the door with wild eyes and waving hands like she was pulling me into a disaster zone. "It's in there," she said, pointing to the dark hallway behind her. "I can't get it. I tried. I just can't reach." I stepped inside and already feeling out of place. Everything in her apartment was tiny, even the mugs that looked like they belonged in a toy kitchen. It was a home built for someone her size, not mine, and the sensation of being too big for the world only got worse. "What exactly am I reaching for?" I asked. She swallowed and whispered, "My sister's diamond ring. It fell," she continued, wringing her hands. "Behind the wall panel. I can't reach it. You are the tallest person I know and the only one who possibly can." She seemed so desperate, so I followed her down the hallway into a cramped laundry room where a hole gaped behind the washer. Apparently the ring had slipped through a slim gap near the wall and dropped into the hollow space behind it. I knelt and tried to fish my arm down. The angle was impossible. My fingers scraped something metallic, but I couldn't grab it. Sweat beaded up all over me. I didn't belong kneeling on a tiny laundry floor, elbow deep in someone else's crisis. The worst part was the sense that this was all wrong, that I was out of my depth over something I didn't understand yet, but I kept trying. For the next 30 minutes, everything went badly. My arm got hurt, the washer nearly tipped when I leaned on it, and I accidentally pulled out a vent tube and dust exploded everywhere, causing a sneezing fit and my eyes to swell up. Sadie paced behind me, muttering about how her sister would kill her, how she had borrowed the ring to try it with her outfit, how she shouldn't have done any of this. Every failure made her more frantic and made me feel more like the wrong person in the wrong place at the wrong size. I kept apologizing even though I didn't know what for. My irritation grew, but so did my determination, if only to end the humiliation. Finally, I managed to wedge my fingers around the ring. For a split second, hope sparked. I began to pull. Then a loud crash shook the entire laundry room. It wasn't the washer, but something behind the wall. A sound too heavy, too deliberate, like something had moved. Sadie screamed and I jerked back, dropping the ring. It clattered deeper inside, out of reach. "What was that?" I gasped. She backed against the opposite wall, trembling. "I didn't think it would still be here." "What would still be here?" With a shaking breath, she said, "I wasn't totally honest. My sister's ring didn't just fall. I threw it. I panicked, and it hit something." "Something?" I demanded. "There's a raccoon living in there." I blinked, certain I had misheard. "A what?" "A raccoon," she repeated, embarrassed and terrified at the same time. "I thought it was gone. Maintenance couldn't catch it, but it hoards shiny things. I think it took the ring." The crash we heard suddenly made sense. I wasn't just a tall guy retrieving lost jewelry. I'd been drafted into a battle with a jewel-obsessed raccoon squatter. Before I could respond, a small furry hand poked out of the hole holding the engagement ring, as if offering a trade or mocking us. I couldn't tell which. Sadie squeaked and ducked behind me. The raccoon dropped the ring in front of me like a peace offering and scurried away into the darkness. I picked it up and handed it to her. She burst into relieved tears. And that was how I learned I had been rejected for being a giant, then begged for help because only giants apparently can negotiate with raccoons.